Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves really well in another video, okay? So today we will discuss distractions. Distractions, they're everywhere, okay? Especially for the people of God, for the chosen ones, okay? And I have a couple of stories to tell you guys, okay? And they're going to be personal stories, okay? Just something that has happened to me recently. And yeah, I will talk about it. In most cases, I don't want to really discuss my private life, my personal life, dating or relationships, okay? But I will for the sake of education, okay? So, I have come to this conclusion that for the chosen ones, and for anyone for that matter, okay, I believe anyone can learn to listen to their intuition and to listen to it and to not go against it, okay? Because if you do go against your intuition, you're always going to pay a heavy price for not listening, okay? And, of course, sometimes the price is not going to be so heavy, okay? But it's going to cost you disappointment, okay? Disappointments, sadness perhaps. It will bring forth sadness and it will alter your energy even if you really didn't mean to do that, or, well, no, that's not the best way of saying it. But even if you kind of... maybe your intention was to just go out and have a good time, and but meeting up with the wrong person can lower your energy, your own frequency, okay? And it can create disappointments, okay? And it can create sadness, okay, where there wasn't any there to begin with, right? And so it pays to listen to your intuition, especially at this time. At this time, a lot of us chosen ones, God's people, our intuition will be increasing. Okay, a lot of us will start getting very, very clear and prophetic dreams that we never used to have before. And, this is going to be a separate video, right? But at this time, allow your spirit to guide you, because your spirit, the Holy Spirit, that's within each and every one of us, wants to guide us to freedom, okay? It wants to guide us away from everything that's false and that's not serving us or our greatest good, okay? So trust it and listen to your guidance, okay? Your spirit that's within you. It's going to guide you to take necessary steps towards fulfillment, towards peace, towards happiness, okay? And if you don't listen to your intuition, okay, you might end up getting caught up in karmic cycles still, when it comes to, for example, relationships, right? What are karmics, right? What are they? Well, karmics are people that are not really your people, right? So they're not really equally yoked to you. At one time, maybe they kind of were, right? But still, they're not really, they're there to teach you a lesson, okay? Karmics are there to teach you a lesson. Of course, we can derive a lesson from anyone, right? Everyone is a teacher at the end of the day, but karmics are there to... they're there to, like I said, to teach you a lesson, okay? And usually they're not your people. They're just, they're there to teach you a harsh lesson, okay? And so if you, usually with karmics, you get stuck in a toxic cycle, okay? That will keep on repeating itself until you consciously choose to get out of it, okay? And usually you have to choose self-love in order to get out of it, right? And so many people will continue to be stuck in these cycles for years without even recognizing them for what they are, right? But the chosen ones at this time, you guys have already you've awakened, right? Which means that you awakened to who you are, and so you're not going to you're going to your intuition at this time is extremely heightened, and so you're not going to allow just anyone into your life, right? And guess what? The devil will still try to tempt you. He will still try to get you to fall into those toxic karmic cycles, so these people can siphon your energy in any way that they can. And of course, what they ultimately want, right, is your sexual energy, okay? And because sexual energy is, when it comes to a male and a female dynamic, right, it's extremely potent, okay? It's potent, and as you know, the female energy, the females, right, we give life, right? And so a divine feminine, right, which isn't every woman, by the way, especially nowadays, right, is someone that's very powerful, someone that's very in touch with their spirituality, someone that's choosy with their energy, right? And it's someone that knows who they are, and someone that's once again, someone very creative, okay? Someone with a lot of creative energy, okay? And so she becomes very valuable. She becomes a very valuable source of energy, because at the end of the day, everything is, guys, about energy, okay? The devil does not want you to create. He doesn't want you to create. He doesn't want you to express that divine feminine. He doesn't want you to express that divine feminine nature that's within you, okay? And if you're a female, right? You. That's not to say males don't have that energy either. They do, okay? We both of us have, right? Males and females have masculine and feminine energies, right? But what I'm saying is that the devil doesn't want you in union with your true divine counterpart, okay? And I know in the Bible it says that you're better off alone, right? Unless you cannot control your impulses, your sexual urges, right? And I would need to go back to this again, okay, and to reread it, and in order to kind of digest it, right, a little bit more. But I don't agree with this, because a divine union is truly special. It can help a lot of people out, okay? It's look, a relationship that's godly, right? Where two people are involved, be it a romantic one or not, is extremely powerful, okay? Because it combines your strengths, okay? And both of your strengths, okay? And it's like two heads are better than one, right? But not only that, right? But two godly people can create something truly powerful, right? Three godly people can create something even more powerful, right? And so there is strength in numbers, right? In this sense, okay? Especially when it comes to this, right? So I do truly believe that a divine union is something unlike anything else, And so I believe that godly people will be much better off in relationships like this, because there's support, right? There's emotional support, there's mental support, there's even financial support, right? When it may be, possibly, right? But at the end of the day, you guys are going to support one another in every way, right? And who doesn't like a support? Who doesn't like a shoulder to lean on, someone to talk to, right? Someone to ask advice, right? Maybe to about something, right? Someone to confine in, right? And there's just you know, there's beauty in that. There's true beauty in that, you know. And so I think God, you know, God, source, right, our creator, he would want us in something like that. I think that's the reason why, you know, our society nowadays is so against relationships, and it's all about being single, right, and just embracing your selfishness, basically, not even having kids, right, when in fact, I'm not saying, hey, for all of you child-free people out there, it's okay, you know, like, I know there are many reasons for not why people don't have kids, you know, and I understand that, you know, and because it's not always easy, it's not always for everyone. I know people are worried about expenses, right, and they're worried about even finding the right partner, right? I know I didn't, you know, so that's why I decided to have a child alone, right? And God, I guess, approved this decision, you know, luckily for me. But otherwise, I still wouldn't have a child, you know, and that would have been very sad for me because I truly wanted one, you know. And so, but guys, guess what? When it comes to children, right, we heal. Children help us grow as, especially spiritually speaking, okay? They strengthen our internal qualities, okay? So be it patience, right? Be it kindness, be it forgiveness, be it understanding, right? Um, they test us like nothing else, right? And I already made a video about why the devil hates children, right? And so once again, children are like spiritual teachers in a sense, okay? And they teach us selflessness, okay? Because our society is becoming more and more selfish, you know, in many ways. And all we think about is ourselves, you know, selfie there, selfie that, right? We just, and when you focus so much on yourself, you will notice that you will become really miserable as a result, okay? And so, you know, that's the beauty of having children too, is that it gets you outside of your selfishness, outside of yourself, and you can now focus on another person, okay? And when we focus on another person or other people or serving others, right, then we feel really, really amazing as a result, because we feel like we're truly making a difference in someone's life, right? And so that's why, that's why, like, the devil doesn't want you in relationships like that, okay? The devil doesn't want you to have kids. The devil doesn't want you in your union. So whenever your union is just around the corner, guys, okay? Whenever your breakthrough is just around the corner, okay? A lot of things are going to happen. A lot of things are going to happen in your life, okay? To distract you from that, okay? And so the devil will send, guys, his minions, the devil will send unconscious people that are not aware that they're working for the devil, or they are aware, okay? As in, if they're psychopaths, sociopaths, right? They know fully well that they're very dark, okay? And there's really nothing that they can do to change that, okay? And so the chosen ones will encounter, a lot of distractions when it comes to that, okay, relationships. So just when your breakthrough is around the corner, okay, the devil will send someone to stop that, okay? And so just keep that in mind, okay, guys? And you will be tempted, guys, with someone who is wealthy, okay? This one probably applies to a woman out there, okay, godly woman. So perhaps maybe you're in a financial rut, right? And that can be the case, right? Because, like I said, godly people in other videos, right? Godly people, they don't take shortcuts anymore, okay? Maybe they used to, but they learned that that's not going to accomplish anything stable, right? It's not going to build a healthy foundation, right? And so nothing good comes easily or fast, right? And so, but the devil will try to send his minions that will ultimately, try to help you financially, maybe, okay? They will try to tie financial strings to you, even use religious manipulation, okay, to try to get in, okay? That's what just happened to me, guys, okay? Unfortunately, okay? So Two things happened to me, okay, and one yesterday, and I'll discuss this too, okay. But the devil tried to send someone who tried to tie financial strings into me. He just said that it was a gift, okay, and he came in as like a prince on like a white, like a prince charming, basically, you know, trying to save me or help me, right, or just gift me something, okay. And let's just say that um, it didn't turn out well, okay. I listened to my intuition, but I also didn't, okay? And in the beginning, I didn't, okay? And so, guys, at this time, you need to be extremely choosy and picky in terms of who you allow into your life, who you even go on a date with, okay? That guy tried to use religious manipulation on me. He pretended, he said that it was God that told him to you know, send me a gift, right? And um, it was just all bullshit, basically, you know. I later on discovered that it was just all pure crap, you know. And of course, I've gotten to know him, and I noticed so many red flags, okay. And eventually, I was like, okay, this is not the guy for me, you know. He was a lot older than me, you know, than I prefer, like physically speaking, right? Of course, in spirituality, right? When your person comes, it's not going to be about the age so much, okay? So it doesn't really matter whether he's older or younger, right? It's not really going to be about that. It's going to be about his soul. It's going to be about how he treats himself, how he treats other people, you know. That guy was willing to throw, he was offering me the world, you know. He was trying to get me to move to Norway, you know, and I will discuss him a little bit later even more, okay. But he was trying to get me to move to Norway with him, okay, without truly knowing anything about me, right? He was offering he wanted to book a trip for me there, okay. He wanted us, like me and my son, to go there, okay. And he bought us a lot of gifts, you know, and he tried to get me with the money, basically, you know. But at the end of the day, I was looking at him as an individual, as a soul. I wanted to see what he was like on the inside. What I learned wasn't so good, you know. What I learned was, you know, what I learned really disappointed me, you know. And once again, he was a little bit older than I preferred, okay. So well, actually a lot, you know. We had like a pretty big age difference, okay. And so there was that, right. And but it wasn't really the age, you know, that disappointed me. It was his soul, you know. It was his disconnect from himself, his inability to see himself, really. But I'm not gonna discuss this right here too much longer, okay. But anyways, guys, so this was one of my distractions, right. Another distraction came in the form yesterday, okay. I went on a date, okay, guys. And a really handsome guy, like physically speaking, like whoo, super handsome guy asked me out, okay. I was just with my child, right, and he saw me. And I saw him from a distance. I just remember just feeling someone watching me, right. And so I turned around, I looked back, and there he was. He was just smiling, and I smiled back, you know. And I was like, he's really good looking, like from a distance, right. And so this one was younger, I think, right, and younger than me, right. And so uh, I was really like, when he came up, I was really taken aback because he was so gorgeous physically, you know. He had like little dimples, beautiful chin. He just looked like a model, basically, right. If you guys want to call him Chad, okay, sure, you can probably call him that, okay. He was tall. He seemed really happy, right, and just like was smiley, all smiley, right. But guys, one thing that I did notice right away, okay, was his eyes. When he came up to me, he disappointed me with his eyes once again, okay. You guys remember, right, chosen ones at this time, they have very strong discernment, right. And so we can literally see spirits, bad spirits in people's eyes. And so that's what I saw, okay? As soon as I looked into his eyes, his body, his like, his physical appearance just kind of disappeared to me, you know? I looked into his eyes and I was like, oh man, you know, like, okay, you know, this sucks, you know, like, I, like, you know, what can I do? That, you know, that's, it is what it is, you know. But I gave it the benefit of the doubt. I gave him the benefit of the doubt, right? Once again, I went against my intuition. My intuition, like, right away, despite his, like, super, super good looks, he was just completely my type, guys, okay? Just completely, okay? You know, and why do we like people that are, like, physically attractive, or things that are physically attractive, right? It's because when we look at them, they literally make us feel good, right? Like, all these endorphins get released, right? And so that's why, like, beauty, right, like physical attractiveness is such a commodity, right? It's because people want to be around that, because as a result, it makes them feel good, right? And so, yeah, and so I just, like, kind of rationalized to myself. I was like, I haven't been out in a long time, you know, and I have been working my booty off, right? And so I just deserve some time off, right? And so he asked me for my number right away, right? And I gave it to him. He was British, and he ended up, like, writing to me, right, and just chatting with me, like, the entire day. He wanted to meet up on the same day, but I said no, you know, because I had to teach, right? And so we met up yesterday, okay? And so we've met up, we went out, right? And once again, I went out with him against my intuition. I already knew we were not equally yoked, okay, guys? So if you're a godly person, if you're a chosen one, right, especially, you need to, at this time, you need to trust your intuition and listen to it. Don't go out with people that, it doesn't matter what they're offering, it doesn't matter, okay? Because the devil will get you with the attractiveness, right? He'll try to get you with the money, right? With the status that the person has, okay? But at the end of the day, this should not matter. It should not matter. It's the person's soul that should matter to you. So look into their eyes, you know? Once again, they're the windows to another person's soul, you know? And so when you, a truly spiritual individual will look at another person's eyes, they will know this person is for them. Okay, you will feel it inside your body. Every inch, every fiber, every cell in your body will confirm that it's the right person for you, and you will absolutely feel it. Okay, because once again, your intuition is heightened at this time, right? You're getting spiritually upgraded, a lot of you. Okay, you are getting, like I said, prophetic dreams. You're going to be getting more of them. You're going to have dreams about the people that are coming into your life. You're going to have warnings. I've had warnings about the guy with the money. Okay, I had a dream about him, and then another dream, okay, where, you know, but I'm not going to discuss now, not that, okay? But let's go back to my date, okay? So I've met up with him, okay? He seemed perfect, okay, guys? He was treating me with respect. He even wanted to, he asked me out at first for drinks, which was, of course, another red flag, right? Because I don't drink. And so I don't want someone who drinks, you know? So if they're drinking alcohol and I'm not, once again, alcohol, right? Alcohol allows for the bad spirits to get in, right? And so your body is your temple, and if a person drinks, that means they don't respect their body fully just yet, okay? And so that was a disappointment for me too. You know, when he asked me, like, would you like to go for a drink? I told him I don't drink, you know? But he did, you know? And so he showed up a little bit drunk. He smelled like alcohol. And I asked him, you smell like alcohol, like, did you just drink? And he said, yeah, we were just with our, my bodies for a bit, so I had a couple of beers, you know? And I was like, okay. But anyways, so yeah, and so of course, as the date went on, right, there was just more and more confirmation that I should have listened to my intuition, right? But once again, I ended up picking up a lot of his bad energy with both guys, right? In different ways. I had terrible headaches. And I never have headaches, guys, like never, right? I started getting literally migraines, like my body was literally rejecting both of them, okay? With one, I started getting headaches. With another, I started getting headaches, right? And so, yeah, as a sensitive person, as the chosen one, you're going to be getting a lot of physical signs that to stay away from this person, no matter what they look like, no matter what their status is, okay? And so, yeah, we went into a restaurant, right? And we split a pizza, right? I don't really eat pizza. He got a Coke, which was another sign that he wasn't really treating his body right, okay? So he was talking about how healthy he really was, but I don't think so, based on what he was eating and what he was drinking, right? I don't want to be too harsh to judge here either, okay? But that's just what I was seeing. And so his words weren't aligning with what he was saying, right? So that there's that, right? But it was also possible that he was on vacation, right? And so he was just, like letting loose, like, so, and that's okay too, right? So I don't want to judge him too harshly there, right? When it comes to that, but there were just many signs, little signs that I noticed, right? And that was like another one, right? And so we started speaking, guys, and then he showed me. He said our conversation was really, really good, guys, and he was really smart. So I was like, oh my God, like I was really into him, guys, but at the same time I wasn't, right? My spirit was what happens in the spiritual world when two people are not equally yoked, right? There's going to start like a spiritual battle, okay, that you do not see with the spirits that are in people, okay? And so yeah, the physical can be there, right? The mental can be there. He was like, looking at him was looking at a sexy, like, I can't even say devil, but yeah, that's what he seemed like to me, like this naughty, like guy, like this like this rebel, this, I don't know, but if if the devil would show up in my life, that's how he would show up, okay? And so yeah, he was smart, like very smart, probably smarter than me, okay? But and so that's what also kind of like excited me, And so we had really a couple of interesting discussions and conversations, right? But then he wanted to show me something. And he said, do you want to see something? I like wearing makeup. I was like, excuse me? And he said, yeah. Do you want to see something? And I was like, wait, what? And he was like, yeah, when I'm in the UK, I wear makeup. And I was like, oh, okay. And he showed me a picture, right? And if you're watching this, I'm sorry, okay? They don't know who you are. So, but these are just my thoughts, okay? And I looked at it, I was like, okay, well, he showed me a picture of himself with makeup, okay? And he hid the fact that it was actually, there was another person next to him in the picture, and it was a girl, right? And of course, I caught on to that really fast. He thought I didn't see it, but I told him I saw it. I was like, oh, who's the girl? Is she your girlfriend? And he told me, no, they broke up like recently, very recently, right? I don't believe that. I think he was probably lying, okay? But it doesn't matter, okay? Anyway, so he showed me a picture with him with makeup on, okay? And I was like, I don't know. I have to, I don't know what I just saw. I have to process this, okay? You guys, I grew up in San Francisco. I saw things like this like a million times, okay? So it wasn't anything new to me, okay? But at the same time, I don't know how to feel about this, like guys wearing makeup and becoming overly feminized, right? Like I said, I'm very, very much at conflict with that. As a woman, right? Once again, maybe it is my own programming, right? Um, as a society, we were conditioned to view one sex in a single way, right? But at the same time, I understand that um, it creates people that aren't being themselves fully, that aren't allowed to express themselves fully, right? And so I'm still struggling with this, okay, with this idea of like feminized men, right? I don't like it personally, okay, but maybe it's my own conditioning in me that doesn't like it. I don't know, okay, but I don't like it. Of course, I was turned off, right, and I knew this. I knew right from the beginning that this wasn't going to lead anywhere, okay, and then he showed me another like well, no, I asked him another question after that. I said, "Are you bisexual?" And he said yes. And so I was right about the spirits in him, you know. Usually people that have demonic spirits in them are bisexual. It's actually not a surprise at all. There was there was a pastor, right, that he performed his miracles on us several guys that were gay or bisexual before, and they went they went straight, basically, as God does say that there are only two genders, right? And I do believe in that. These are just my thoughts, okay? Everything else is, to me, is a mental illness and some kind of a trauma that hasn't been addressed, okay, that the person is trying to relieve, or it is literal possession, okay, and of course demons, they're bisexual, they don't discriminate, okay, and so yeah, that was my biggest flag. Well, they all were, okay, and yeah, so I was like, all right, so we left, right, and he asked me what my expectations were, and I told him I had no expectations. I just wanted to go out and just have a good time because I deserve it, because I've been working very hard, and all I'm doing is working, So I said I just wanted to come out and have a little bit of fun and a nice conversation. That's all. And that's, yeah, he said, and I asked him what his were, and of course he told me he wanted to have sex, and I appreciated his honesty, and so that wasn't surprising. But yeah, so that's how it ended. Okay, I told him that I'm not that kind of a person, and that's it. And and I left, and that's it. We kind of parted ways. So yeah, guys, the devil will try to tempt you at this time, okay? And before the actual thing comes in, okay? So just keep in mind that before your breakthroughs, there will be a lot of distractions, and the devil will try to get you into another one of those toxic karmic cycles, okay? Or another person is going to come in and try to siphon your sexual energy and attach themselves to you, okay? This way they can lower your own frequency, and this way nothing in your life will go right, okay? Because you're exchanging your energy with a person that has bad attachments, that maybe has bad spirits, okay? And that that ultimately it doesn't have a high frequency, okay? And so that's going to interfere with your own frequency, okay? And it's going to lower yours. And in turn, it's not going to allow for the breakthrough to come into your life, okay? And so God wants you to receive these blessings, the breakthrough, okay, that you guys also, that godly people also deserve, okay? And so be careful, pay attention at this time, okay? This is the reason why I told you guys about this story, okay? Yeah, and so just look at the eyes, okay? Feel their energy, okay? And once you meet your person, there will be no denying it, okay? You're not going to be like, okay, wait a minute. No, right? And then there's going to start this internal battle, okay, within you that's going to be like, no, yes, no, no, yes, no. It's going to be all yes, 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 this is the one, you know? So just trust that, okay? Thank you so much for watching, guys, and stay tuned for some more videos, okay?